Yeah, we're going to find out how Andrew placed in the U.S. Trading Championship. He was, I believe, in at least in the top 10. You were leading last time we talked. Uh, Congratulations, Andrew. What was your finish in that?
How's it going, Dale? What's
Good,
going on,
buddy.
man?
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I ended up finishing last year with a plus 254% return in the competition, and I finished in fourth place for the year.
nice. Congratulations. Was there prize money?
No, the prize money is the money you get in your trading account.
Okay. Yeah, that's a prize. So it's just it's recognition of
Yeah,
being able. Okay. All right. Well, great year, Andrew. 999 out of 1,000 people would love to have that kind of performance. That's like a 1 in 100, may almost like 1 in 1,000. So you did it playing alongside the market mostly, right?
yeah. For the most part, trading the long side. Did some short trades as well, and I think this year, doing some tactical shorts is going to be even more important. So I'm actually competing again in the contest. This will be my third consecutive year attempting to place. And yeah,
Oh,
so
you're
far,
like
so good.
you're trying to three-peat like the Chiefs.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. All right. Well, let's see your screen and some of the things you're looking at. So, uh, the red sweep, different regime,
Yes.
and yeah, to me, the character of the market changed in December on that bear raid, where average trading ranges became larger. We've had a few of those episodes. They're like, mini strokes that the market recovers from. Mag 7, 4 out of the 7 have broken trend. So
Yep.
that's going to be. You think the Bears have a good chance of, uh, you know, buying the dip isn't going to work as much this year? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
My view heading into this year was just that the market was not going to do quite as well in 2025. So if we really just think about what has been happening over the last few years, in 2022 we had that big bear market that was driven by inflation. And
Yeah,
then in 2023 and 2024, we had this awesome bull market. And for the most part, the leader of that bull market was Nvidia. So
yeah,
Nvidia put up a triple digit year, I believe, in 2023 and 2024. And if we just look at what Nvidia is doing now this year, I mean,
yeah,
granted, if you're a very short term trader, like you're a swing trader, day trader kind of thing, like, yeah, this looks great over the last few days for Nvidia. But for
yeah.
the most part, the stock, it is down on the year so far, down 5.35%. And unless we get another one of those mega cap tech stocks, like let's say like an Apple or Amazon or Google that's going to lead us higher,
It
it
won't be
becomes,
Apple.
yeah, I mean, Apple, let's take a look at
Apple
that
had
one.
5. That's the first one they took out and shot.
Yeah, so this one not looking so great. So yeah, we need more leadership in that mega cap tech space if we want to have another, let's say like 25% year in the S&P 500. So it's not that I think like, oh, this is going to be a horrible year or anything like that. But last year, it was pretty much if you were aggressive on the long side of the market and any
Yeah.
stock that had momentum, you were just aggressively treating it to the long side, you could do very, very well. I think in this year, it's not going to be quite as easy where like every single stock is just ripping to the upside and you can just get super aggressive and not really have risk management. I think
Yeah.
picking which spots you're trading is going to be much more important because I think the S&P 500 is going to have a much weaker year overall.
So I've been saying that the passive investing of just being long the spider and golfing every day, that those days are over. And that if you want to still be able to afford to play golf every day, you're going to have to be tactical now.
For sure.
Do
Yeah,
you
and I think
agree
the
with
best
that
gauge,
statement? Yeah, stock pickers market.
yeah, so I think the best way to gauge that is really just looking at those mega cap tech stocks. If they're not in uptrends and they're not, moving above their key moving averages, like Google, for example,
Yeah.
Google looked really good heading into its
Yeah.
earnings report.
They
And let's
all
say
they
this
all
one,
did. They
yeah,
all
they
did
all,
before they all got hit like Apple. I didn't there was no sign that Apple had topped. Look at the high the move in Apple before they took it apart, Andrew. The same type of thing. You know, it closes great and then just starts going lower. Now this was earnings related, but um doesn't look great trying to hang on to, one day change the complexion of the market.
absolutely. So when that happens, like I came into that earnings report, hey, this thing's moving to the upside, looking pretty
Yeah,
good. Hey,
yeah.
maybe if this one smashes their earnings report, then maybe
215.
Google is the new leader and maybe, the S&P 500 can just have that awesome year. But then reality hit. Yes, the earnings report came and it's like, okay, Google's not going to be the leader at least this quarter.
What will
So,
be? Amazon's the last man standing, and Netflix. Five
yeah,
out
let's
of the seven, Mag 7, do not look that great anymore. So Amazon, massive divergence up
mhm.
here. Netflix, it looks like it's all Meta. Meta's really the strongest stock still out there, and Netflix, hasn't given up its earnings gains. But that's like 4 or 5 out of the Max 7 that aren't trading well.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
So
so
what? We'll have to rename them.
yeah, it's gonna be like the Mag 4 or the Mag 3 or yeah.
Well, in the movie they all got picked off one at a time.
Yup.
The Magnificent. So here we go.
Yeah, so over here at this juncture, Meta is doing very well because they're
Yeah.
sort of the mega cap leader in open source AI. So I think
Okay.
that's giving them a pretty nice tailwind. So yeah, maybe this one is the new leader perhaps. But yeah, we don't have like this big up move in all of these mega cap tech stocks happening at once. Amazon reports earnings after the bell today,
Yeah.
and so far from what I've seen, when Microsoft reported earnings, their cloud business had a little bit of weakness. And as you can see, Microsoft, yeah, really just hasn't been doing a whole lot. And then the same exact thing when Google reported its results, the cloud business was just a little bit weak. So when Amazon reports today, what I'm really going to be looking at is the cloud business, AWS. If AWS is very strong this quarter, then yeah, this one could probably have a nice move to the upside.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, yeah, if Microsoft was weak in that area, um, and so was Google, there's a good chance Amazon will be as well. But yeah,
Yeah. Look
I
at the
always keep an open
Microsoft,
mind.
and the Microsoft is the other MAGA that broke down. Microsoft has not made a new high since July of last year.
Yeah, this one doesn't look so great. I think some of the bloom is coming off the rose of OpenAI. Um, I just saw recently like they have like a $340 billion valuation. And yeah, to me that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because these AI models they're kind of getting commoditized. So yeah, TBD on that. But yeah, we can clearly see, the market's not really buying it either. We
This could
are,
be a nice short candidate on a pop. Say the market, general market, Andrew, and this is
yeah.
what I'm looking for. Tell me if you're with me. That like the averages could blow off to new highs, but some of the shares that are broken will set up failing rallies while the market's making new highs. Microsoft being one of them, Nvidia being another, Apple being another. So the leadership, I don't think is going to, the old leadership.
Yeah.
Now they're turning into a source of funds. People are
Oh yeah.
liquidating that. What are they rotating into?
So the big theme that I'm tracking for this year, because when I see this, for me, it's not like, oh, now I'm going to get pessimistic. Now it's time to just pack it in for the year. For me, it's just, you have to think a little bit differently. So for me, I have been coming into this year with the idea that Chinese tech could very likely outperform US mega cap tech this year. So the name that I've been using to express this theme is Alibaba. So I
Okay.
was getting long. I've been trading this stock now for, this was my best ticker in 2024 in the contest, and now I'm trading it
Yeah.
again this year. I was getting long Alibaba as we were
Nice.
encountering all these moving averages here. And you can see we've moved off the lows very nicely. There's a few things with these China stocks that I just think there's so many tailwinds for them. The first being the CCP is doing a pretty aggressive stimulus package. And
Yeah.
there's that saying, don't fight the Fed, essentially applying to US markets when there is stimulus happening, you pretty much want to get on the long side. That's what's happening with China right now. They're doing aggressive stimulus. The other thing is in
It's
terms
very
of AI,
contrarian too. It's very contrarian. People are
exactly, very
afraid. Yeah.
contrarian.
Yeah.
Yeah, the valuations, like I'll point this out over here on my trading view chart. This is what I just find, mind-boggling. It's like if I just increase the size of my fundamental table here, I'll make it medium. And so with Alibaba, it's really cool. And it's the same thing with a lot of these China stocks. I have this trend indicator that I added to my trading view charts just to make things a little bit more objective for me.
Yeah.
And you can see we're in a strong uptrend on the short-term time frame and on the long-term time frame. It's just
Yeah.
referencing these moving averages and we're above all of them. But this is where the juice is. So Alibaba has a dividend yield of 1.35%, and then they have a buyback yield of almost 7%. So if you add those two together, that's 8.35%. We call it a shareholder yield.
Yeah.
So that's essentially money they're just giving back to the shareholders. So all else equal, like in a vacuum, if the business stays exactly the same, just keeps churning along, you would expect the longer you hold this stock, the more value you will accrue just because they're doing these aggressive buybacks and they're paying out those dividends. And then the other thing that I'm looking at is their
It's
cash on
like
hand. Yeah,
it's
go ahead.
like a utility stock.
Pretty much. Yeah, like a utility stock, except the cool thing is they're a Chinese leader in AI and very similar
Oh,
to
okay.
our companies in the US like Amazon, Google, Microsoft. They
Yeah.
also have a leading cloud business too. So that's what's interesting. There's a lot of parallels with these US companies. But if we look at their cash as a percentage of their market cap, it's at 16%, which is pretty mind-boggling. And it really just tells me like the market has pretty much just dumped these companies. Everyone thinks Trump's going to be super tough on China. I really don't think he's
Right.
going to be. So yeah, from a fundamental standpoint, the valuations are just dirt cheap on the China stocks. They're doing the aggressive stimulus. They've got the AI leadership. And yeah, I think a lot of investors, even with this new changing of the guard, a lot of investors, they just look at Trump's first administration and they think, oh, Trump equals tough on China. So when Trump won the election, or when investors really thought he was going to win the election, you can see Alibaba sold off for a few months consecutively. But I think that is just lazy analysis to assume that the
Yeah.
second admin is going to be the exact same as the first admin. I actually think Trump had a very tough time with China, and he arguably lost that trade war he had with them in his first administration. So I believe he's not going to want to poke the bear this second time around. I think there's more familiarity with there, more mutual respect there now. And yeah, I don't think he's going to be super tough on them. So that's why in the beginning of the
Well,
year.
look, either will President Musk. He's got a lot of interests there in China.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's going to temper Trump, isn't it? Elon's going to be talking about the other side of the coin when all the China hawks in the cabinet, and there's quite a few, but Elon has huge interests in China. Uh, as long as that relationship's intact, um, that's the only way the relationship will stay intact. I
Yes.
believe, if Trump really gets tough with China or China starts hitting back big time, then I think there'll be a fissure in that relationship.
Exactly. Yeah. So I
Don't you?
think you bring up a really good point. with Elon Musk because a lot of it depends on who is in the cabinet.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people, like, if they just read mainstream headlines, they think like the president does everything. Like he's just in all these places at once. But the reality is the president actually delegates,
yeah,
most of the stuff. So you really
yeah,
have to pay attention to what does the team look like this time around and what did it look like the last time around. So as you mentioned, Elon Musk is a key part of this team, and Elon Musk has financial interests in China.
right.
So that's a really
Yeah.
good point that you bring up.
Well, glad to share, get it out there. Anything else you want to cover technically, or do you want to talk about if this victory that you recently had changed your life at all? Are you have a business model now? Have things changed for you in your career?
Yeah, things have definitely changed just because there's a lot, for me, I'm pretty much always just like head down doing my analysis, especially
Yeah,
on social media. I'm not like the loud person that's like bragging about myself all the time. So I
yeah,
always wanted to do this by getting real results. And now I'm starting to get, a lot more attention, a lot of people that want to read my research, all that
cool.
stuff.
All
So
right.
that's a really good thing. Now I'm working with a really good, awesome engineer, and he's helping me build out some of these tools in TradingView that I'm using now. So I'm really just trying to take what I was doing and really take my methodology and just keep building on it and keep trying to get better. Because yeah, I still think in terms of trading and like what I'm doing in my process, like I really still think it's very early days and there's still a lot more room to get better. So yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
continue.
You never stop feeling that way,
Yeah.
So we're always tweaking, and well, you're growing or you're dying.
Yep.
So it was really great to talk to you. Do you have a place for people to come and listen to you? I think last time you said you had a Discord room now.
Yeah. So if you check out pristinecapital.substack.com, this is where I'm writing my evening research notes. And then anyone that joins here, if they become a premium subscriber, I also throw them into my Discord server as well. So yeah,
Okay.
really just trying to build a nice ecosystem for traders. It's pretty cool. I've met a lot of people through the Discord. And for me, it's
Yeah.
like I'm not trying to charge people like a ridiculous amount or anything, and uh, just trying to keep things on the up and up
Okay. Well, I think they're all fortunate to have a mentor like you. So that's paying it forward. You're not only out there trying to make money in the market for yourself and win contests. You're trying to teach people how to fish. So,
for sure.
all right, well, that's a great angle, you angler. Uh, anyway, Andrew, great talking to you. I hope you even have a better year this year.
Thank you so much, Dale. Likewise, take care.
All right, Andrew O'Connell, everyone, go to follow him is it at Pristine? What is it again, Andrew? Pristine Cap Management. Is that it?
Yeah, pristinecapital.substack.com.
Okay. All right. So he's good, or I wouldn't, and it's not easy to win these contests. All right, because it's not a demo account. It matters. All right. So that's going to be a wrap. Thank you, Andrew. People are thanking you, and appreciate you being here. You could join the team in about 17 minutes on the morning edge. I look at today as a lot of book squaring in front of the number tomorrow. So see you tomorrow live for the NFP. We'll react to the reaction. We're not going to predict it, you know. Uh, Partial positions only into the number is my recommendation. All right. Adios, everyone. Don't just count your pips, count your blessings. See you tomorrow for TGIF. Oh, and I found a real cool song called Counting My Blessings. I tweeted it out yesterday. Check it out. Adios, everyone.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.